And hello and welcome to AleksTabletops MTG Quick Study episode 36. My name is Alex and let's start our 36th match. Hopefully I'm naming the numbers properly. I hope so. So yep, 36th. So good. Let's start and go. Launch music. So in previous episode I talked about two types of playing. I mean, the isolated learning, not learning, two types of learning. Isolated learning, when you're basically learning magic from the ground up without any help, just by yourself, like trying to figure out magic on your own without any resources, just like basically using the information that you have in front of you in the game. You might of course use certain like resources, like one or two. But it still usually will be an isolated learning. The best way to learn magic is outside of the isolation. So basically, interacting with others, asking questions, seeking help of professionals, and etc. Or at least, like it doesn't mean that you have to interact though. If you are a pretty close person, but you still need to know how professional is playing in order to analyze why they're playing the way that they're playing, why they're making the choices that they're making. So yeah, this is kind of it. So again, we continue to play. We're kind of back to our Boros deck, to what we played in the first in the 34th episode. And we're playing against Drakes, apparently, which is pretty bad. I hate Drakes. I mean, not the creatures themselves, but the Drake deck. It's pretty annoying. It's pretty efficient. It works pretty good and pretty fast, and it's pretty hard to win against them with my jank decks. I mean, if you will have probably a tournament environment, there's a pretty easy way to stop Drakes, but with my decks it's not necessarily an easy task to do. Okay, while I'm thinking and match is progressing, I decided not to play anything. I don't know why. Maybe I want to use this to kill Drake. Yep, response. So yeah, quick reminder that MTG Quick Study is a series of one match episode that focuses on learning from my own matches by rewatching and trying to analyze them. So we're playing as RPG versus Nata. Nater. I don't know. Yeah, we removed one big Drake and we got the worst ever Drake, because this Drake gets not only its power based on what you have on your graveyard, but based on what you have in an exile zone too. So even if I will exile certain cards, this Drake will still get +1 for each instant and sorcery on exile and on graveyard. So it's a pretty annoying one. Okay, that was quite not cool at all. Seriously? Yeah, opponent actually decided to push Drake pretty hard and pretty quick. So hopefully we'll get an answer for it. Okay. Here, there's a lot of, like, I don't know, playing heroic reinforcements right now kind of seems too hasty. Putting Sunwing probably could be a good idea, you know, from one standpoint, but again, if opponent has removal, then we're just basically done. But hopefully it will at least slow down the Drakes quite a bit. I probably should attack with 1/1/2 because I'm not going to be able to block anything that opponent will produce. I mean, usually Drake decks have only flyers. There's only a couple of goblins that reduce the cost of spells, and usually they're not attacking. Okay, we got lucky with Settle the Record, so this is the only chance how we'll be able to win. So of course here I'm going to continue. So we don't know what opponent will do though with those two Drakes. Opponent might attack with all of them. Opponent might attack with just one of them, just basically playing safe. I would play safe and attack only with Enigma Drake, but opponent decides to attack with all of them, which I believe a mistake. And again, here opponents still will be able to counter Settle the Wreckage. Would be, but not in this instance. Okay. So let's see. So here, again, playing Heroic Reinforcements to deal a lot of damage probably wouldn't be a good idea, and also opponent might have a counter for it. So instead of it, I decided to play just as many creatures as possible in order to utilize Heroic Reinforcements next turn. The good thing is that now none of our creatures will be able to take indirect damage, non-combat damage. So if opponent will decide to use Lightning Strikes on whatever on our creatures, they're not going to die, which is pretty cool. So Izzet is going to be able to kill only 3/2, and we have a guard in order to save 3/2. So it's actually a pretty good situation. Also, we got lucky with Fight with Fire. Again, this match is all about luck. We actually getting lucky a lot. I mean, considering the fact that we got Settled Wreckage in exactly the time that we needed. Yep, and opponent decides to quit because, again, there's just no way to win this one. I mean, even considering like the fact that next turn we will be able to use Heroic Reinforcements, we would still win. Yeah, this is kind of, I guess, it. Again, this episode was pretty short because, like, I believe this match could be a little bit more interesting if opponent would continue. But again, I guess opponent didn't saw potential in winning in this particular instance. Again, we got lucky a lot, and because of this we won. Yeah, I'm not going to... I guess I already talked about everything that I wanted to in terms of the isolated learning and unisolated learning. So again, what I'm doing now is trying to learn Magic outside of the isolation finally. So now I'm starting to look at the resources that I never considered before, actually play tournament decks and see what the fuss is all about, like why they're so good, why people are choosing to play them, and trying to analyze all types of decks and actually make myself better, because I actually have a plan to create some type of a curse for Russian audience about Magic Arena, Magic overall, like the Magic basics, because again, there's a lot of information in English, but there's not that much information in Russian, so it could be a good idea to actually take some type of a tutorial on basics of Magic, which I'm trying to do, and before that, of course, I need to learn Magic on a little bit more deeper level, which is a good motivation for me personally, in order to create something that will help others. First I need to know everything myself, and it kind of creates a pretty good motivation for me personally to learn this stuff. So yeah, get rid of the isolation. I mean, first probably it's a good idea to learn Magic in isolation to just basically amaze yourself, but at some point when you will start to feel like you're falling behind, definitely get out of the shell and start to learn from tournaments, from basically see what decks are the best, try to understand why exactly they are the best. This is something that I didn't do. Instead, I dive in right away into creating my own decks without necessarily understanding what the good decks are. And it was fun for a lot of time, but at some point when you start to face competitive atmosphere, or at least casual competitive atmosphere, you will understand that you will start to fall behind. So you need to make this decision and basically learn from the best, I guess, and not just be I don't know, stay in isolation forever, which I can. As I said, I stayed in isolation of learning Magic from 2012, and I didn't get anywhere. Almost, it was kind of a stagnation of some kind. Yep, on this weird note, we're going to sum up this episode. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a boost. If you want more, subscribe and set the bell note. Visit AleksConnects on Twitch to be part of MTG Study live sessions. Have a nice day or night, and see you in the next episode. Bye.